Hi everyone, I'm Julia. I'm a third-year graduate student in ecology and evolutionary biology in Dr. Kathleen Kay's lab. I study plant evolution, and today I'm here to tell you about iNaturalist, which is an online naturalist community and a really great source of citizen science data that has been used in many different studies. And basically it is a place where you can put observations of both plants, animals, fungi, pretty much anything you find in the natural world. They have a system where you can put an identification on whatever it is that you take a photo of and record, or you can put the picture up and it'll give you suggestions in case you don't know what you're looking at, and you can say what it looks closest to. And then before it becomes officially marked as research grade on this platform, it has to have 2 other people from the community confirm your identification. So in that way, it's curated data that can be used in various research projects. So today I'm going to show you how to do a plant observation. And there are a couple important things when you're creating an iNaturalist plant observation, and just in general if you're trying to record a plant. The first is that you want to get really close to this plant. So obviously I'm able to touch this plant, I'm right next to it. If it had an interesting smell, which it doesn't, but I would know if it did. I can feel that it doesn't have hairs on the leaves. All those details can be really important for identifying a plant. So you want to get up close and personal, not to mention what a fun thing to get close and look at. And you want to take multiple pictures. So for example, on this plant, I would take first a picture of the entire plant. So you get an idea of its growth form and maybe a little bit of an idea of its size. I'd make sure that in that picture you can tell a little bit what sort of habitat it's growing in, as that can also be really helpful for identifying the plant. I would take a close-up of one of these awesome flowers, again, because the flowers of a plant and the fine, minute details of those flowers are often really helpful in identifying a plant. And anything else that you notice that's cool or weird about the plant. So if it has some weird sap that it bleeds, take a good picture of that. Or if you notice a really cool fruit that it's just dropped. Things like that are all great to take pictures of and include, so whoever comes to help you identify it has all of the pieces they need to make a good identification.
So now that we know how to make a really good observation in the wild, let's look at how to upload it with the iNaturalist app. This is by far the easiest way to upload an observation to iNaturalist, though you can do it directly through the website as well. And once you have the app installed and an account, you can see there's a Me section where it shows you all of your other observations with comment boxes where people have done either confirmation identifications or suggested a new identification. And then you can go to Observe, and there are various options for how to upload an observation. You can go to your camera and take a picture if you're in the field with the thing at the time, or you can do what I most frequently do and use the camera roll. There's also 2 other options, one for no photo and one for record sound, which are good for animals. Obviously, record sound is particularly good for birds, but you could write a description of something that you saw but escaped before you could take a picture as well. In this case, we're going to go to my camera roll, and I'm going to scroll to where I took pictures of that plant we were just looking at together. Oops, here it is. Don't want that. We're going to take a close-up of the flower. That's a great cover photo. I'm going to take a picture of the plant in its habitat and a picture of the plant's leaves, as well as a full picture of the plant's inflorescence. We'll add that. It'll say creating observation, and then you can switch which is the default. You can see I kind of changed it up there. I can double check that I want this photo to be that default. Absolutely looks good. I'll switch that. And then you can either look up the species that you think you have observed, or you can let iNaturalist give you suggestions, which are usually pretty awesome. And in this case, they're totally right on. This plant is in the Toxicoscordion genus. And in fact, it is Toxicoscordion fremontii. And it's really helpful in that it both tells you that it's visually similar based on algorithms, but also that it's been observed nearby, so you can be more confident that that's a probable identification. You can add notes, and in some projects you will have to add notes if you're in a class project. And then the photo metadata will auto-populate location as well as time that you took the photo, which is really handy. If you want to obscure the location, maybe you're submitting an observation of a really delicious edible mushroom, for example, you can obscure it. You don't want other people to find your patch. You can also denote that it is a captive or cultivated species. So if you really want to know about some garden plant, you can absolutely use iNaturalist for that, but you should mark that it's captive so it doesn't get included into natural data sets used by scientists. If you wanted to add it to a project, you can add it to a project. For example, I could add it to Bio 117 Lab. That's a class project. If you need to for that course, you click share and it uploads. While that's uploading, I just want to show you one other really cool feature of iNaturalist, the Explore feature. You can do this online as well. And with it, you can look at observations that other iNaturalist community members have made in whatever area. We could even zoom in on campus and see you get more observations auto-populating when you zoom in. We'll click on a random one, this awesome observation of a beautiful iris. Different colors indicate different types of observations. So birds, for example, are in blue, plants in green. We can also go up to this search here and search for maybe a favorite genus or something we're really interested in seeing. I'll put in Corallo rhiza, which is a very cool parasitic orchid that's native to California. We'll just look for the genus and see what's around. It parasitizes mycorrhizal associations. And look at that, we've got a really cool observation of Corallo maculata right in the heart of campus. And we could go and try and check that out depending on the time of year. Cool stuff. So I hope you've enjoyed this introduction to iNaturalist and that you'll use it and enjoy it as you explore the natural world.